Gents, is my opening. Citizens of the Reject Nation, we are here for Dune Prophecy Episode 5. We're going to find out what is in blood, what is in truth, what is in the comments I'd like you to leave. Let's read those comments. Let's leave those likes. Let's hit those subscription bells. I would like to also thank the fine folks at Prepper for making this video possible. Who knows what might be shown that they had to edit out? You know who knows? The patrons. Hey. Head on over to Patreon, wherein you can find out what the fine folks at Prepper had to chop suey to make this YouTubeable.
Reject Nation, I'm here to interrupt this video just for a little bit to let you know that for a limited time at rejectnationshop.com, we have exclusive apparel, just like the one I am wearing right now on my body. This is the Reject sweater, the brainchild of the She-Jecks, Tara Erickson and Roxy Stryer. They really were like, you know, we don't want to just only do a Christmas one. We want it to be a full holiday celebration. I absolutely love this design. I've been wearing this sweater an awful lot wherever I go. It's a fantastic thing for you to gift yourself or to gift to someone else this holiday season. And the other things that were launched were the brainchild of one Aaron Alexander, something that I was jealous that I never thought of, and that is the Starbucks coffee. They got the Starbucks hoodie, they got the Starbucks coffee mug. There's also the Rejects mug as well. There's also, in addition to that, the Agatha Bruce hoodie. I absolutely adore all these designs. I am so impressed with the three of them we're able to concoct, along with the amazing artists who help support them, of course. We really care about finding material that fits very comfortable. Is it comfortable or comfortably? Language. And on top of that too, designs that we really feel resonate with us and can also resonate with those who watch us. You beautiful Reject citizens. There's a barcode here that you could scan if you want to go to the shop, or you can go to rejectnationshop.com. Treat yourself or treat someone else. Either way, it's a great way to support the channel and to support your wardrobe collection.
Thank John and Andrew for joining me today. How are you, gents?
Anytime, Coy. I'm doing well. I'm ready to find out what happened in all the political intrigue of last week.
Oh, I was thinking of the eyeballs. There's so much eyeballs.
And
like what's happening in all the eyeballs.
Yeah, I feel like Kwisatz Haderach. I'm in the future, but I don't know what's happened. So
Got it.
Yeah.
Andrew's been practicing
That
these
was
words
impressive.
all week.
I've been saying, for like 2 weeks now, John,
I have not
actually.
slept. That was so much. I was like, what does it even mean? And then I was like, oh, right, I'm rendering RAM. All right, we're going to find out what Andrew already knows in 3, 2, 1.
Oh. Meanwhile, out in space.
Star Wars opening.
Yeah.
Look at those clouds. Oh my god.
Scope.
Yeah, buddy. Look at that veil. All I want in life is to wear a cool-ass veil.
I was thinking these Neo outfits look great.
Absolutely. Naked heart.
Toasty. Toasty.
Suited up and ready to go. Ready to burn some victims.
Loves that stomach sheath.
I always love a good suit-up opening. Looking at you, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
This had less nipples.
Ah.
We'll see some Desmond nipples before the show is done.
I do want to give the costume designer in this show a tip of the hat. I'm a big fan of everything happening on screen at these wardrobes. It feels just enough like the Dune films thousands of years later. You can see the DNA of how the fashion flowed from this. It's cool.
Wowie.
Those whose actions seek to destroy the social order have always warranted a swift response. The rebel plot to attack the Landsraad was a grave threat to us all.
Truth.
If it were not for the actions of one good and loyal subject, today's ceremony would have been a funeral. Now, more than ever, we need to defend our values with ferocity.
This showing of strength from Strong.
I have assembled a new elite regiment, and I charge you, Desmond Hart, as my new Bashar.
Oh.
To lead these soldiers of the Imperium and eradicate treason and serve my house with honor and loyalty.
So proud of my husband.
How are we going to eradicate treason?
I performed my duty. If my father gave you orders to watch me, then you'd better keep up.
Ooh.
Feel some family tension going on, guys.
Yeah, you're going to get eradicated.
My family's lives were just threatened. I need you to deal with that.
We'll take care of the insurgents, Your Majesty. May I suggest we leave the fleet in orbit over Seleucia? bit longer.
And delays stabilizing trade.
Show of strength.
Oh.
Smart.
A reminder of where power really lies.
You were born to wear that uniform.
I was born to serve, Your Grace.
Good answer.
God. So many manipulations.
Yeah, it's an intricate little plot, and everybody's smirking, thinking they're in control.
Yeah.
Music's pretty epic.
Uh-oh. Oh, there.
Francesco.
Ah. I don't know if we're supposed
It's
to.
been a long time, Enrico.
Uh-oh. That's history.
Sister Francesca, what a surprise.
Oh, golly.
He seems happy,
Did
isn't he?
no one inform you this was a private affair?
Your Grace, I'm not here on Sisterhood business. Constantine sent me a message.
Oh.
I'm here to see my son.
Constantine sent me a smoke signal.
Your orders are to guard my sister, not prevent me from seeing her.
You think it's them preventing you?
Oh, come on, Nez. Is this really necessary?
You betrayed me.
I am...
Sorry? Is that what you came to say? If that's all.
Look, I am sorry, Nez. I know that's not all. I feel terrible for leaving you at the Landsrad. Father thought I was coming to support him. And he was proud.
Aw. What's that feel like?
You should have told me what happened.
I won't let you down like that again.
Oh, man.
Heat is just energy. With discipline, we can redistribute that energy.
Ow.
Focused mind is your greatest protector.
And what protection do we have when nightmares invade our minds?
The highest master in the material world is the human mind.
Oh.
The entire school is sharing a nightmare, and all we get is silence.
Yeah.
Whose eyes watch from the darkness?
You are out of line, Acolyte.
You want us to discern truth? How is that possible when none of it exists here?
We're dealing with a grave situation.
Yes.
Not only here on Wallach 9, but on the Imperial planet. That is the truth. Find your resolve. Remember your duty, or leave. Those are the options. The choice is yours.
Laying down the law.
You. Out. Now.
Suspended from sister school.
I don't get to burn my hand today.
Oh,
Shucks.
darn.
Ugh.
Am I being expelled?
No, Sister Jen.
Follow me.
Wanted to get you out of there to tell you the truth.
Yeah, we need more of you around here.
Do you mean have I had the dream? No. I don't know why.
I mean you're resistant to it.
Ooh.
Which would make you the perfect person to help me.
Yeah, let's go.
Promoted, not suspended.
What I need is your discretion.
Ooh, about to show you the robots.
Sisterhood above all. Check out my digitrees.
Your friend's not dead. She's a cyborg, though.
I've taken a great risk doing what I'm about to show you, and you're going to have an opinion about it.
True. She has that about everything.
Yep, the opinionated one's the one that didn't have the nightmares.
Good shot. Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
We've all been there.
Whoa.
Take her legs.
Whoa. Whoa.
Immediately deal with this.
It's not her. It's one of her foremothers.
Wow.
What did you do to her?
I found a way for her to survive.
Let go of me! This is survival!
Yeah.
Lila is not lost to us. She just doesn't know what she's doing. We need to guide her back to herself.
Oh, man.
Lila, if you can hear me, follow my voice. I have missed you so much.
Aww.
Oh.
It's okay. In time, the ancestors will settle, and she will learn to manage them.
How much time?
I need you to stay here with her because you are her friend.
When the plot says so, John.
Next episode?
If you must, this is a mild sedative,
Oh.
but only as a last resort.
Caffeine eye drops. I know 'em when I see him.
Yes. A sedative. It's got that ADD brain.
Soothes you right out.
Yeah. Sisterhood above all.
Literally, she's above her because she's strapped to a table. Cool
Wow.
shot.
Nice.
I wonder how big the practical sets work. So you can do a lot of, creative filming, but that looks huge.
Pretty sure that actress is Taboo. She's an Indian actress.
Like she did something wrong. What's taboo about her?
I think that's her name.
Oh, her name's Taboo. I was
Mother,
It's so good to see you, son.
how is the other side of the universe?
That painting is dope.
I wasn't expecting you.
I came as soon as I got your message.
Thought you were here because of Karsha. Don't you know? Karsha died.
Yeah.
Mother Superior came to Zimir and delivered the news herself.
Oh, no.
I've come to offer a formal apology. My motion to open an inquiry against House Harkonnen was inexcusable.
Your apology is due to the Emperor, not me.
He's so good at manipulating.
What you did at the High Council borders on treason.
I swear, it was poor judgment.
Is he going to blame the other people, throw him under the bus?
I made the error of listening to my aunt's suggestion.
Sure.
I was misguided. That happens often when dealing with her.
Ooh.
God damn it.
Harkonnen beef.
Your aunt made you do it.
That woman does nothing but bring shame to our house.
Just to help get you in a position of power, but yeah.
Yeah.
Come sit.
That's what he wanted to hear.
You could tell.
Yeah, I love this.
Why should I absolve you?
Be in the subservient position, manipulate family.
We are not our bloodlines.
Are we?
My great uncle saw through her. Why couldn't I before he...
I want to know what the ties are between the Sisterhood and the rebellion.
I don't know who my aunt's in league with.
Do you believe that they're meddling in the spice trade?
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Make yourself at home.
Space 80s.
Well, give me evidence in the Imperial House. We'll reward you.
Hey.
I do have something.
Little post-nasal drip there, champ.
Yep.
For a time, pirates were hijacking every other shipment of my whale fur. No one knew who they were, where to find them, just dead ends. So, I stopped looking for pirates.
Ooh.
And I started looking for contraband instead. Do you know what I found? In Zimir, it all goes through one underground market, run by a gang of Arakkis smugglers.
Ooh.
Whale fur, weapons, spice, which means...
I don't know. This is your story. What does it mean?
The rebels.
Oh, that's something I want to say.
They must have gone through the underground market.
They must have gone
Oh.
through the underground market.
To sell the spice, to raise the salari, to buy the thinking machine. If you visit some of these smugglers and win them over with your renowned charms.
It's a great delivery.
I'll tell you exactly who the insurgents are and where to find them, and who they're in league with.
My favorite moment from him so far.
Yep, he earned his line of blow.
Great nuances on that delivery.
It's a start. But to clear your name, I'll need proof that your aunt is involved.
Oh, can't have it both ways, bruh. And he leaves him alone in here.
Cool.
Ooh. It's a hex core.
Why didn't you tell me the truth?
The Spacing Guild have been known to monitor dispatches. I couldn't risk your mission with them, and I couldn't risk the Emperor finding out that I'd summoned you. What happened to Kasha was just the beginning.
Truth.
We have been sidelined. The Emperor refuses a truthsayer, and his new Bashar is leading him on a despotic path.
This is the reckoning Rakila spoke of?
Yes, but he may be only the tip of the spear.
What does Tula have to say?
Tula stands by my side, as she has always done it.
She says what I say.
I'm going to eliminate Desmond Hart. That's already in progress. What I need you to do when that happens is to guide Karina back to us and convince him to allow Inez to study on Wallach 9.
And Constantine? He was just a ruse?
The Emperor has yet to appoint a commander of his new fleet. I think it would be wise if the son of a sister was in charge of that most vital asset.
Let's go.
The odds of my success are low if the new Bashar is in my way.
He won't be in your way. I'm going to keep him occupied.
Just gonna start trying to distract him with little meat cutes. Do the bend and snap. Whole opposite approach.
We're looking for insurgents.
Oh no, dude.
You want to come?
You want to come?
I didn't realize you had a dance lesson.
Hey.
Maybe next time.
That's a good subversion of...
Oh, that was a fantastic accidental save.
You can hang out later.
Oh, the guilt.
Yeah. Afraid you just gave yourself away.
You're late again.
Yeah, well, my mother
Stop making excuses for yourself, Constantine. You want your father's respect, start there. Take some responsibility. This training could save your life, but I will not teach you if you don't take it seriously. That's it.
Sure.
That's your lesson for today.
Going to hunt.
It's a good lesson. And
Fast,
good cover.
effective.
Yeah, that's great. Now he can go actually tell his boys.
They're all over the port, Michaela. Rousting smugglers. It's only a matter of time before he tears someone in half and leads them here. You have to go now.
Okay, and what about you?
My cover's not blown.
Only a matter of time, what you just said.
I've spent years getting to that position. It'd be foolish of me to burn it now.
And this would have nothing to do with the princess. I've been doing this a lot longer than you have, and I'll give you some advice. Do not ever make the mistake of thinking you can become the man you were pretending to be.
Good
Great
lines.
line.
Horace would want you to be safe.
If you think Horace would want me to run, you obviously didn't know him that well.
Oh, R.I.P. Horace.
Chain detonators. How did you get those?
I have my own sources, Atreides.
Doing this
Let
long
Desmond
time.
Hart come. I'm preparing quite a worthy greeting.
Oh, boy.
From Mother Superior.
What a lovely gift box.
I said goodbye to you.
We all did.
And now we say hello.
It's not your fault. You tried to warn me.
Is she talking to Loyola?
You were right. The Sisterhood is in trouble. I don't know where to begin. The nightmares came, and everyone all saw the same thing.
The gaping maw of Shai Hulud. Swallowed by darkness until two eyes stared back.
Wait, you had the nightmare too?
It wasn't a nightmare. It was prescience.
Good word.
I foresaw the reckoning that would drive the Imperium to tyranny. If he succeeds, humanity will backslide into self-destruction.
You saw all of that during the agony.
On my deathbed. Where is Valia?
I think I know who's asking that one.
Yep, there it is.
Good call,
catch.
Andrew, yeah.
It's the way she asked.
it's
It's
a
the
girl.
way she asked for.
Yeah.
You should be resting.
Like the subtext in that was, "I shall get my revenge."
Sister Tula, this station is an absolute mess.
Oof.
You clearly resorted to unorthodox methods to access my knowledge, and now I'm here.
Mother Akella?
Staring will only squander this opportunity.
Oh.
Don't know how long I have in control. Sister,
Wow.
I need you to track the data.
This is great how she's harnessing all the others.
So she's Mother Regella.
Right now.
Right now, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, she's got memories of all of them.
Valia has increased our numbers and our influence, and she has protected the beating heart of the Sisterhood.
Then she's been faithful to her mission. It wasn't wrong for me to task her, even if it risks splitting the Sisterhood down the middle.
Whoa.
I feared my great work would be lost.
What great work. Not the time for questions, Sister Jen.
Did she and Valia ever resolve their differences?
Oh, you guys didn't meet in the after realm?
Yep. Resolve, I suppose.
Your sister's will never wanes.
Oh.
Another distinct look.
This tissue damage, I've seen this before.
You have?
During the war. Sister, get me a new sample.
It's a cool shift in her performance.
Yeah,
Gotta be
Yeah,
a
cool
lot more
opportunity for that
authoritative,
actor,
and yeah.
Did the lead I gave you help?
Hart was grateful. If he gets what he needs from these smugglers, I'm hopeful the acrimony between us will be forgotten.
It won't. But we can use his distrust to your advantage.
He did have a lot to say about you and your sisterhood. Asked if I knew what you were up to. What are you up to?
What we're always up to, Harrow. Serving
over
the
the world.
Imperium.
Nice.
Your eagerness to help the Bashar will get House Harkonnen back into the Emperor's good graces. You've wanted this your entire life, and here I am, gifting it to you.
Hey, thank me.
If I only had a truth sayer to tell me if you're sincere or not.
Well, you'll just have to trust me.
Looks at the floor.
Truth's there, trust me. I don't know where that one.
Ain't trust nobody.
Oh, little token.
That was on her uncle, right?
Yeah, I think that's like the family
Yeah.
heirloom of power.
Our ship departs in a few hours. You sure you don't want to come with me to lay dear Uncle Evgeny to rest among our ancestors?
He was so good to
I
me.
already
And
said my goodbyes.
By making sure he died. I don't believe either of them are actually working with each other in any way.
Yeah, I'm very curious about how this goes.
Consider this your home while I'm gone is also really interesting from their relationship.
The decision to lead Desmond Hart to the rebels, how does Sister Francesca factor in?
One day you and the others will learn the art of imprinting. Making an impression so strong it alters the course of someone's life.
Ooh.
It is an emotional and physical bond that never breaks.
Have you ever read Twilight?
You see, when a baby wolf and a vampire
Yep.
I want you to stop managing our son and start supporting him. Test him with some real responsibility.
Yeah.
He's been kind of a
My
ninny.
boy would rather gallivant his way through all the private bedchambers of the great houses than lead.
What's wrong with that?
What a kind way to say it.
You had a similar reputation in your youth.
That's
which
how
I
we had a
believe
son.
Was also very frustrating to your father.
Don't leave yourself out of the story. I had much support from you.
Give our son his opportunity, Aviko. It will draw out the best in him.
I don't know.
Make him prove himself.
Or not. It's up to him.
And he'll become a man as capable and formidable as you are now.
He'll grow a beard on the spot.
He's also not been so formidable or capable. Everyone else been doing a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know you wanna. You know you miss her.
I didn't come here to drive a wedge between you and your wife, Aviko.
But I want to.
About to say, like, he was definitely about to listen to her in regards to Constantine, and then he was not listening to his wife when she was giving him suggestions.
Yeah, that's a good point.
More persuaded to her.
During the Omnius Plague, the machines designed a pathogen that incubated in the human body, releasing an enzyme that infected the liver.
Woof.
This enzyme has similar properties, but it has concentrated itself in Cassia's amygdala.
I'm loving this performance.
She was so meager and meek. It's
I
great.
know.
We believe that's where the damage began.
Hide her!
What's going on in there?
It's not safe for you.
Who's in there with you?
That is not your concern.
Do you even know what's happening in this school? Students are demanding to be sent home. They are fleeing in fear. Wait until they tell their families that the acting proctor was completely absent.
Sister Avila, you forget your place.
Oof.
Ooh.
Them brows.
From Mother Superior Valia.
This is a virus. The nightmare. To a genetically
Perfect
modified
reaction.
airborne RNA retrovirus.
What?
Sister Avila?
Lol.
What kind of abomination is this?
I found a way to save her.
And she's someone else currently, but that might change.
And does Valia know about this?
I am doing as I was tasked to do, to protect the Sisterhood at all costs. Is that not your aim?
Of course it is, but I...
Good. Then we are in agreement.
I have a bad feeling for Valia in the end with all this, but we'll see.
We'll see. We saw her do reprehensible things. It is interesting how
Tula too. I'm worried for all of them.
I mean, yeah, it's interesting to see Tulia like as an adult make these choices when you saw her do it young, but like her take command that you saw her capable of younger, we haven't really seen yet until now, which is nice.
The new Bashar. Welcome. How about a little taste on the house?
I hope you haven't been relying on any illegal shipments of spice, have you? As it happens, I just spoke to a smuggler. Unfortunately, for him, most of what he said was screaming. He said this place is a hotbed for insurgent activity.
Uh-oh.
And he said that the spice he's been smuggling in has been paying for the party. That make any sense to you?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, he don't believe her.
Fun. Jesus. No, boy.
You know what strikes me as odd is the fact that you are here, a Fremen, profiting off the rape of your own planet.
Oh.
Communing with your oppressors.
I found a different way to survive.
Or a different way to kill. You give me something I can use, I shall spare your life.
Oh, boy.
God created Arakkis to train the faithful. I live here.
Trip the silent alarm.
Does he blow it with them in it? How does he get out? I love this tension. Now let's see all that training. That was efficient.
Spice it
Oh,
up.
let the spice flow.
It's almost comforting.
A little bit of home or your, second home.
Home away from home.
Maybe it's just remote, like you press the detonator.
Yeah, I'm guessing, but he's got to get out of there.
there we go. Maybe set it. I have to go to the bathroom. Ooh.
Damn, dog.
That's how they get out of there.
Let's go.
Oh, get your armor. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Your position's about to be compromised. Is he gonna see him?
Ooh, a Sisterhood veil, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes. Wow. You are so hot right now.
What is he gonna do? Whoa! What?
Woo! Wow.
Did he have his epiphany? Like, would he survive that? Is it that strong?
Maybe. Well, stuff's got to go
It's
through
about
it
impact,
slow.
right? So, like,
I've seen a knife like that before, sister.
He learned the truth.
The Sisterhood stands with what's best for the Imperium.
And where do your people on Arrakis fit into those grand plans? Are you willing to let them burn?
Sisterhood above all.
Don't let me see you again.
Oh.
Or those beautiful blue eyes.
what was the title of this? In Blood and
In Truth and Blood? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I don't remember the
Blood,
second.
truth, something like that.
In Blood, comma, Truth.
I love that everyone has ulterior motives on their ulterior motives.
And emotion under all that.
Yeah. Who's she going to wake up as?
If Raquel returns, let me know.
Does anybody else tell him I'm not here?
Stop answering the door.
Yeah.
Is Lila just being used for the Sisterhood's gain?
Yes.
Sacrifices have to be made. And what have you sacrificed?
Everything.
More than you can ever imagine.
See episode 3.
To show you a flashback. Oh.
Did? That's smart instincts, man.
That shield thing is strong.
God, what is all that like burnt up spice gonna do to you?
Oh, right. He'd be
Yeah.
like just huffing it.
Tripping.
Breathing that whole time. High as a kite. Yeah, you tell that it ain't an object.
Just hitting it like a baseball.
He's not taking the training well.
I've been looking for you.
Mommy.
All my life, I've had to learn about the great Carinos, Roderick, Jules, and the butlers before them. But I don't know anything about your family.
Uh-oh.
Your sisterhood does everything with a purpose, right? Grand plan.
That's always our intention.
What was your purpose in having me?
Wanted you to be the Kwisatz Haderach.
You left me to be raised by a father who can't stand me and never will. What's the purpose in that?
Family drama legacy style.
Sorry I don't have a glass for you.
You have to see your father for the man he really is.
Man who can never be pleased.
A man who's driven by fear.
Fear is the mind killer.
There will be opportunities. When they come, reach for them with confidence.
Just such lovely hair.
The reason you were brought into this world is to protect your sister.
Oh.
The future leader of the Imperium, from anyone who seeks to do her harm,
I see a noble sacrifice coming.
including the ones who claim to love her.
Oh, sure. Be your sister's keeper.
We haven't really focused on her in the last couple episodes. I'm curious with the finale.
It's gonna be all her.
All her. Well,
It's
she
gonna be
was
a bottle
so in the
episode.
front episode, like 2, like 1 and 2 was very her, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how, but he wasn't among the dead.
So be it. There's a contingency plan for him.
And another and another and another.
I've just had to destroy everything that I've built.
Sisterhood above all.
We needed to occupy our enemy so that Francesca could maneuver. Let's hope she took good advantage. You
Let's
can hold your
hope.
head up high, Michaela.
It's not my performance that I'm doubting, Mother Superior.
Careful how you finish that sentence.
Boy, howdy.
This will get you to our safe house on Arrakis.
I won't betray my people the same way I did Horus and the others.
The Sisterhood is your people.
Oh, boy.
I see you're molding this one in your image.
Yep.
Let's see how long you remain this naive acolyte.
Well, as long as she doesn't make me keep shifting my face and doing all that, I shall remain obedient.
She's going to Arrakis, and I love that the door goes from clear to orange.
And then at elevators. Mic drop, door drop.
Oh, that was what Atreides left. Will he learn the truth?
Cool. Ah, Christ. Nope. Nope.
Survived all that just to come back to
Angstantine.
I'm actually here to thank you for all you've done for me.
It's my duty.
I have gone beyond your duty. You've reminded me of my purpose.
Ooh.
Glad you appreciate it.
You're much more than appreciated, friend.
Oh, boy.
I love you for it.
There it is. The ring shot right into the... Oh. Sniveling to the end.
Oh, boy.
Gotta get into father's good graces.
Those who love your sister.
No one needs a reason to dine with good friends, but tonight is truly a special occasion. Would you stand, Constantine?
My boy found a traitor among us.
He finally did something.
Because of my son's quick and decisive action, we have apprehended a traitor in our house.
And a traitor.
Hey!
Who I thought served us well, but he will be made an example of.
Oh, God.
House Carino will tolerate no treachery. Constantine knows that, and for that I thank him.
They're going to tar and feather that boy.
I have chosen you, my son, to deploy to Arrakis and to ensure House Carino brings stability to the planet and spice to the Imperium.
It's like I should have found a traitor a long time ago.
I don't know if one act instills that kind of confidence.
Yeah, right.
Are they drinking screwdrivers, or is this like a spice cocktail?
It's definitely a spice cocktail.
Good luck, my boy.
Thank you.
God, the handshake across both mother
Both mothers,
figures,
yeah.
Ugh, those looks.
Oh, boy. Your grip is loosening. What you gonna do?
And where's Desmond?
Yeah, he hasn't returned yet, has he? From the...
We know he's alive.
Yeah.
Like, the sisters and everything know he's alive, but where is he? I assume healing somewhere, but...
Like, she's gonna go to Wallach 9 herself.
Oh, no, showing it. That's Desmond's floating spot, right? Oh, no, he's Torture Boy.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Use your training.
Was everything a lie?
Care about you.
You tried to kill my family.
I couldn't go through with it. Chose you over my principles.
Do you really believe you can bring about a better Imperium?
I do.
Is she about to betray her family?
She's vulnerable, not in a good spot with her family right now.
Yeah.
The time.
I felt her, Mother Rakella, moving through me.
It was great.
I'm just glad I didn't let everyone down.
How could you let everyone down?
We let you die.
You're the bravest among us. You've done your part. Get some rest.
You deserve a rest. Actual rest.
Been through it.
Yeah.
Along with this message, I've enclosed a genetic sample of this man, Desmond Hart. Run it as soon as possible.
Oh, boy.
He's a machine.
He has a power I cannot account for. To understand it, we must identify his bloodlines.
Is this where we learn the truth?
Processing DNA sample.
Oh, boy.
Accessing genetic library.
23andMe getting hacked.
Name, Bob Idaho.
Yep. The truth.
I should have died.
Each man must face his own conscience and his own testing. Shai-Hulud makes the final choice. You've been chosen.
He was a special.
I was chosen too, to lead a legion of worlds into the Imperium and forge a new future. And then the Sisterhood wrested it all away from me.
Oh, no.
This is where Constantine gets it from.
What was it you said about his wife earlier? Something? Wow, great lens flare.
What did they do to you?
Bloodline Atreides.
What?
Really?
Bloodline Harkonnen.
Oh. He's a Montague and a Capulet.
Match identified.
Oh, he's Biggie Shakur.
What? Tell us.
It's beautiful and frightening.
A woman who gave birth to me sent me away to live among scavengers who left me fighting for scraps just to survive.
Oh, you're like Ray.
Hey.
Till we learned about Palps.
She was a sister.
Somehow he returned.
Oh, God.
Oh. Ah!
Night
Everyone's
of 1,000
making
infidelities.
new allegiances.
Yeah.
That's why you hate sisters so much.
We both do.
And we want power.
Let us rid the Imperium of these witches forever.
Oh. And pull out Shai-Hulud.
Oh, he's about to pull out his Shai-Hulud.
Yes, he is. I get a sandworm for you.
Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Well, that is personally what I was hoping episode 5 would be, which is back to the power of what the mid-season felt like. That penultimate was pretty great. If you're listening on Spotify or any sort of podcast, we just watched episode 5 of Dune Prophecy. Only one more left next week.
One more. That's a lot to wrap up in one episode.
It really is. I have a lot to say, but I want to hear from you guys first. Andrew, what do you got?
I enjoyed it. I thought the most interesting thing, amongst a lot of interesting things, Valya's I feel like she's losing her grasp on everything, just in terms of like all the students are starting to leave the school, I guess, and also too, people are questioning her. The sisters are questioning her. You got
Tula.
Mother Superior?
Yeah, Valya, right?
I think Valya.
Valya, yeah. I just
she
mean
felt
she's
the least control this episode.
Yeah, that's what I meant. And like,
Until you two.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you had the.
Like
you had the Fremen, and then I feel like like from the body language, I feel like the face changer one. You know, I feel like
face dancer, right? Is that what they called it?
Whatever.
Someone in the comments was like, "That's a thing," and I was like, "I read the books."
Yeah, exactly. I feel like too, just from her body language, that she's questioning her as well. So I feel like she was losing grasp and control, but I like all the different manipulation again from everyone is trying to like get on the chess pieces or like the maneuvering through everything. I thought that was fascinating as well. It's interesting stuff. I love the inclusion of the mother of Constantine with Taboo. She's a great actress.
Deep in the game too.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm curious to see where we go with that. And I didn't realize, like, again, that shield was going to be so protective as well.
It's interesting because it
Well, and he
slows
said
down
he
things.
should have died.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's concussive,
Yeah.
preventative, right? Because in the movie, like when they go slow, it can get through. But I'm guessing the impact, it was able to like.
Yeah, there's just so much.
So it kind of blew
so much
through.
force.
Yeah.
It probably all ricocheted off.
And dude's got control of heat, so maybe he's used to a little toasty. We see him cook people.
For sure. But I think what I just said, though, I'm curious how I'm looking forward to the last episode, but it's going to be a lot to unpack in the last episode, I feel like. So
this doesn't feel like a show that's going to be finished on it.
That's what my worry is going to be. But I did like all the stuff too with Lila and all that. Like, I love her performance. Like, she felt completely different, which is obviously the point, than she did from like her meager former self when she was playing Lila. So I thought great versatility from that actress when she was playing Mother Raquel or whatever her name is, and the other memories that she was encompassing from the former ancestors that she was doing. So that was great. I love that. And I really feel like Valya could be, and even Tula could be in severe danger once she's kind of unleashed in the next episode, possibly. We'll see.
I agree.
Oh, yeah, no, I think they're both at high risk. Valya, obviously, more so. And it's been funny to watch, interesting to watch her descend in a way. Like, she always has her sense of resolve, and that. I mean, she wasn't even in like a ton of this episode, but like every little moment as each episode progresses, you feel the desperation just a little bit more. Ever since that whole, ever since she was shaken up by Desmond, now everything feels like. Every time she describes a contingency plan, it sounds like she's also trying to convince herself of its viability.
We planned that.
Yeah,
with the squeak.
Right.
Yeah,
contingency for a contingency of a contingency.
I meant to do that thing that happened
it's
at
fine
us.
that he lived through this explosion. We got plans for that, And then she's like, I love that whole thing between her and her nephew and him. Like, that was great because to introduce that concept, that deceit, whatever it might be, through just him and Desmond at first. So you're like, okay, like maybe he is like you with that character. You believe, like, I could see why he would turn away from Valya's influence and help Desmond. At the same time, I could see how he would double agent this, and I don't know which side he's going to ultimately wind up on, and I think that's fun. And then Tula certainly like is in her own way losing control of everything back at the Sisterhood HQ, but watching them go back and forth with the acolyte who isn't having the dreams, and everything with Lila and the other, Mother Superior who's there, or the other, lady of great status who is always there. Not Maggie Smith, I will call her.
I was thinking so many times, I'm like, she'd be a great, what's her name? McGonagall.
Yeah,
there was some big McGonagall energy in this episode.
Absolutely.
Good Grandma Wendy.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, the various other things, like this, I would agree is one of the stronger episodes of the season. The Constantine stuff, he's one of those characters that's kind of hard to, it can be kind of a thankless character, I think, to play because it's like
I think he's
angst
doing
guy.
a great job.
Yeah.
Like the actor, I hope if you're watching this actor, great work, but
Yes.
such a ninny. And that's the strength.
He's
That's
a
the
sniveling
strength
coward.
of
Yeah,
the
no,
character.
but the acting's good.
Yeah, he's killing it as a ninny.
And he's not just, it's not that I wouldn't necessarily say that his defining trait is cowardice. I think it's just that he doesn't have a place or perceive himself as having a place, and he's angsty about that lack of place. And I get why, and I think it's a better version of this than I've seen in a lot of other shows where this character would be flat out annoying.
Right.
But I'm curious and potentially excited to see that character perhaps rise into a bit more of an interesting type of role rather than what it's been up till now.
Well, I think he's going to help his sister out in the next episode with something with Atreides. That's my guess. I don't know.
My thoughts real quick. I really like that the Harkonnen guy, his arc is seemingly more interesting than I had feared. Much like the cowardly character Constantine, I was afraid that introducing the Harkonnens, he'd be kind of one note and only serve the purpose of that one like scapegoat betrayal. And I really like that in this episode there's a lot more to him, because I was worried that, the Harkonnens and the Atreides are the roots of what I know of Dune. So I was afraid that we'd be so focused on this stuff that they would be kind of background characters. So we'd be like, oh, cool, they're involved. I really like that, especially at that reveal at the end. We don't know this collective lore. I know it's in the books, but I didn't know that Desmond Hart was a, like I said, Biggie Shakur. It's really interesting to see this culmination in the Harkonnen Atreides be so vital. So I love that we've got an Atreides that I think is going to end up winning, even though he's currently suspended in the air and all that stuff. Like, him surviving feels very pointed and important, but I also love that the other Harkonnen is on a mission that seems like it's going to do something other than him just have that one moment in the courtroom. So I really dug that. Desmond Hart is as ever very interesting. This episode felt like the culmination of a lot of arcs in a penultimate episode. My biggest concern is, you touched on a little bit, I don't think this show has done as well as it needs to do a season 2. At least from just like the optics on other review channels, other reaction channels. Like, you see, if we get 5% of the 100% of people that are watching it, that's, I don't know what the ratio is, but I do see the numbers on reactions versus other shows. We don't have TV Guide anymore. We don't have like Nielsen ratings. I have no way of knowing how this is doing. That's why streamers should have agreed to SAG contracts about revealing stuff, because we don't know if shows will continue if this made money. And the actors aren't getting paid because it's on streaming. But it is interestingly tricky with streaming not having the back-end knowledge for going forward. Like, I don't know whether I should expect a cliffhanger or not. I don't know if this was considered a limited series when it was incepted versus is it going to be a limited series. So
it doesn't feel like one at all.
There's so much. There's so much to do in the finale, and that is, not to denigrate. I love that Max made a swing to make something bold and heady and super dense and something with so much lore. I'm just worried that if it doesn't feel like it comes to a conclusion with the numbers not being, we don't know what they are. It's just concerning. So I miss TV getting more time to breathe and flesh itself out. I miss 22 episode seasons. I miss there being a time where you could fall in love with a show and then it get the time to find its audience. We don't live in that time anymore. So my concern is that we're on episode 5. I now really like my point of all that rambling. I really now like the modern version of these characters, not just the flashback versions, but it took until episode 5. I said pretty clearly in episode 4, I'm like, oh no, I like flashback them. Now with episode 5, I like both ages of them, and we've got one more hour with them. So my main concern is that whether that feels like closure, whether that feels like we got our journey, I'm now invested, perhaps too late. So I'm really curious what happens next week because of that connection to these characters. And I think it's more a symptom of societal expectation on shows versus the show's fault. It is a slow burn sci-fi, and I think that is really hard in 2024 to make and to do. So I want to thank everyone responsible for giving me these 5 hours. I'm very hopeful for the 6th hour.
Sure. Yeah.
This episode was dope.
Yeah, I agree. And I've still enjoyed what I've seen, and I agree with everything you said. I also, too, would have loved if they would have made the Machine Wars as well. I would have been all for that as well.
I feel like that's more of a common trope, so maybe that's why they avoided it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of the Skynet sci-fi.
Yeah, of course. I totally get that, and I get that comparison as well. But, yeah.
I really dug the spice in its, like... I love a land of scum and villainy, and I really just love the idea of, like, spice being this great treachery that's traded and used for thousands of years. Like, I really love that as currency. It's one of the reasons I really love Dune is, like, the underbelly of drug culture being used in a way that's, like, going to this club and everything, and then, like, it's just a really fascinating world now that we've gotten to live in it long enough that, like, I'm invested in this era of Dune as well.
Yeah.
I hope we get more. But, yeah, I really like this episode. I feel like everyone's duplicitousness was really brought to a head in this episode. I feel like you mentioned, like, there's the them, the betrayal, and then there's the emotion. Like, I love that there's all these different spheres of them, that this episode really kind of shone a light on who everyone was. I love that peacocking Desmond Hart got to come out to play. Like, he's been, like, I'm a little mischievous boy. And then this episode, he's like, I got pockets on my belly. Like, he's just strutting around peacocking with his boys. There's just so much that, like, even Mark Strong, who's as movie and TV watchers, Mark Strong has this command and his presence. Every episode we've commented on how cool it is to see Mark Strong play something different. He's not in control. He's not the leader that he should be. He's not these things. I love that this episode he's playing the general Mark Strong type role, but he's still playing it with cracks. And we have lived long enough with him to see that he's, like, doing his bravado, but we know the real him. And that's really cool to see. Like, this episode really feels like what I've wanted it to feel like in the modern day the whole time. But you had to get here. It's a slow burn. So I really dug it.
When you get a good sense, I feel like, of that thing they always talk about with, like, the Bene Gesserit, they're planning things over centuries and ages, and it's like between different characters, I feel like you kind of feel just instinctually the different, like, rings of time and proportions of time. When you're with Valia, you kind of feel like, okay, because that's kind of why I got confused at the beginning of the review, because it's like the stuff happening at the school is all kind of, it all affects her. It's related to her. It's due to big aspects of her leadership. But that also is more immediately in the moment affecting Tula, because Tula is the one
in the house.
actually in the house doing the research and working with Lila and all that other stuff. And you can feel that they're both working towards the same end, but on two different scales of time. And, and like, that stuff is really cool to feel in a show that obviously is supposed to have that kind of instinctually in the DNA. And the whole, I like that what's her name at the bar got the
Fremen.
Yeah,
she got some good
immediately
moments.
became a favorite.
Yeah.
She's been, like, background cool, but this episode was like, that's why I've been like, that's cool character.
Yeah,
like, this episode really launched her into importance. For
And
the
that
finale.
was a great reveal. I liked how with the Atreides, and, like, there's that whole theme in this about betrayal.
And the sister garb coming out of the spice.
Yeah, for sure,
Dug that.
for sure.
Yeah,
So.
I really dug this. I'm excited for the finale. We'll be back next week with the episode 6 finale.
And friggin' Inez, I was gonna say, I love that scene where she interrogates her.
That was
where
great.
she actually, because I'm really curious about what's gonna happen with her, because obviously, like, to be Constantine to be his sister's protector, he's also got to ingratiate himself to Dad, which is going to initially drive her away. So it's like, again, that scale of planning is, like, kind of tricky to parse in the here and now, which adds to the fun of finding out next week where's this gonna go. And I'm curious to see where she heads now in light of this, and what that might mean for what Constantine's trying to do and what his mom is trying to set them on.
I think they team up, take out the family.
I could see that.
I think Mark Strong gets taken out by he's been full of doubt this whole time. I think they use that as a weakness. I think Constantine messes up and causes something to go wrong. I think we end it with Desmond and Mama Bear in power, and daughter and handsome McWest Bentley in power, and the Atreides Harkonnen stuff ramps up in some way.
Yeah,
those are my thoughts.
And I know we've always said sisterhood above all, but I think this episode also reinforces that Valia just does not care about anyone at all. Because we talked about contingency, about from contingency to contingency. Oh, I knew that might happen, so I have this plan over this plan. But again, like this Fremen, who is a sister to her, or a sister. She just lost her entire business that took her years. Oh yeah, it's okay.
It was worth it for the
Don't worry about
cause.
it. Yeah, it was for the cause. It's like
that is totally some Mother Superior shit, though. That's like
and
yeah,
go back home.
I get that, but I'm like no ounce of remorse or empathy.
No.
I'm like nothing at all. I'm like that's
She didn't have remorse when her own literal sister killed that whole family. I love that evolution of like.
No, for sure.
It's all on
I'm
brand.
Like, yeah, but I think that could be her undoing possibly.
I definitely think it is.
for sure.
Yeah,
so
I think that's a seed planted.
Yeah, for sure. So
Dune 5.
Yes.
Awesome stuff.
Yes,
really
yes,
dug
yes.
this one. I'll be back next week. Hit that notification bell so you know when it drops. Spoiler alert, Sunday. And also, leave a comment below. What did you think of this? And let us know predictions for the finale in the bottom. I gave you a few of my predictions. Let us know what your predictions are for the finale of Dune Prophecy, hopefully season 1. And please, if you're not already subscribed, do that too. Much love. Thank you all, Reject Nation. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Tyler Haig.
Tyler.
If there's anyone at our Patreon page who I consider the sandworm of the patrons, it's definitely Tyler Haig.
I would love to see Tyler just cresting out from below the dunes.
You can see it.
Mouth wide open.
You're just driving on the highway, passing through Las Vegas, so that way you can get to the next better state. But on the right side, you point, and
that rumbling.
There's Tyler.
Oh no, he's cresting
out.
Oh, with his mouth wide open and all of his, brill teeth.
There goes Timothy Chalamet,
riding on his back,
Tyler Haig,
playing a Bob Dylan song.
Doesn't stop.
Never.
It never stops.
Never stops. Never stopping.
Never stops. Never stopping. Just like Bob Dylan's greatest hit, that he did with Johnny Cash. It was good feet. That's what we call it in the biz. So yeah, I think Tyler Haig is the ultimate sandworm, and then on top of that too, why not? We're talking about Dune. He's the ultimate. What's it called? The
he's the Lisan al Gaib.
Yeah.
You are both the Shai Khulud and the Lisan al Gaib, and you might even be able to drink the blue. The water of life and trip out.
He has been
see
producing blue urine his entire life.
Dude, you got to get that checked out.
Yeah, you do. Because
first, give us some.
I mean, oh my God, yes.
We can go on that vision quest.
Blue shower like Luke Skywalker craves in the new Disney sequel trilogy.
Get that cyan spray.
I think these are more enjoyable if you're just listening to them than watching us.
Just sit here and riff.
You're just like on the car ride and you're like, what are they saying?
What are they doing? Not a lot. Just sitting here.
The key to improv is podcasting is just overlap each other
Yeah.
with Conley's band.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask
swear
you
on this podcast?
Can we swear? Yeah. Oh, we've already started. Oh.
Anyway, Tyler, we'll see you soon, buddy. Merry Christmas.
Happy Christmas.